The Atlanta Falcons had an opportunity that could completely change the tone of the 2025 season. It's not every day that another team's suspension changes the course of a high-profile matchup, but that's exactly what happened, and, Falcons fans, it's worth paying attention to. But before I tell you all in detail, be sure to hit the like button, and if you, like me, miss seeing our team on the field, write in the comments, rise up. Now let's get straight to the point. A star weapon from a 14-win Minnesota Vikings squad, the same team that absolutely humiliated the Falcons in last season's meeting, is now out of the picture for their critical Week 2 Sunday Night Football rematch. And that changes everything. Jordan Addison, Minnesota's electric wide receiver who teamed up with Justin Jefferson to dismantle Atlanta's defense last season, will serve a 3-game suspension without pay to begin the 2025 season. The NFL officially dropped the hammer after Addison pleaded no contest to a lesser charge from a DUI citation back in July 2024. The fallout? He's now unavailable for that Week 2 clash, and Falcons fans have every reason to believe the tides just turned. Let's rewind to last year. Addison and Jefferson combined for a staggering 15 receptions, 265 yards, and 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns! The Falcons' defense had no answer, no break, no chance. That game, a blowout in the fourth quarter, sent a message that Atlanta simply wasn't ready to hang with elite NFC competition. But this season, there's a different tone, a different structure, and a golden opportunity to rewrite that narrative. And Addison's suspension could be the missing link Atlanta needed. This is where new defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich enters the story. Ulbrich, known for his aggressive and disciplined approach, now has the luxury of devoting his best corner, A.J. Terrell, solely to Justin Jefferson. With Addison out of the picture, that dual-threat nightmare dissolves into a single-focus challenge. The Falcons don't have to stretch their coverage thin. They don't have to constantly rotate safety help. They can play tighter, smarter, faster. And in a game that's not only prime time but potentially a playoff seeding decider, that single absence could ripple through 4 quarters in a major way. While the Vikings absorb this blow, the Falcons aren't entirely in the clear either. Wide receiver Darnell Mooney is still a question mark heading into the season opener. Injured in training camp, Mooney's availability remains uncertain, and head coach Raheem Morris hasn't provided clarity. If Mooney can't go Week 1 against the Buccaneers, Atlanta's receiving core will need to rely heavily on Drake London, who, by the way, has been making serious noise in camp. And speaking of training camp, there's another storyline brewing, one that might not make the headlines now, but could pay dividends deep into the season. Rookie offensive tackle Jack Nelson, a 7th-round pick out of Wisconsin, is quietly earning reps with the first team. That's not a typo. While veterans took a rest day, Nelson stepped in at right tackle, giving the staff a clear look at what he can offer. He's not expected to leapfrog anyone for a starting role, not yet, but he's pushing Storm Norton for the swing tackle job, and in a season where depth is everything, that's a battle worth tracking. Now let's pivot to preseason, where Raheem Morris has already made a decisive call. Neither Michael Penix Jr. nor Kirk Cousins will play against the Lions in Week 1. That leaves the defense in the spotlight, especially rookies James Pierce Jr., Billy Bowman, and Xavier Watts, all of whom are being watched closely as potential impact players. Penix has been sharp in practice, 13 of 18 in 11-on-11 drills, but fans will have to wait to see him under game lights. In the meantime, Easton Stick and Emory Jones will take the reps. Inside camp, there's a growing buzz around Drake London's performance. In the first indoor practice, moved due to weather, London caught all 5 of his targets in 11-on-11 work. He even attempted a pass, a trick play that didn't land but showed his growing role in the offense. The real highlight? A statement from Bijan Robinson, who said, "Caden Ellis, that's their alpha." According to Robinson, Ellis brings a different energy to the defense, the kind that shifts the tone of practice and sparks leadership across the board. Meanwhile, the wide receivers and defensive backs got into some red zone one-on-ones for the first time, and it was intense. Nick Nash made a ridiculous one-handed grab over D. Alford, and the energy was as high as it gets for training camp. These competitive reps are building the edge this team lacked last year. Injury-wise, it's mostly precautionary. Xavier Watts and Jalen Walker did drills but sat out full-team action. J.D. Bertrand wore a yellow non-contact jersey. And despite a brief scare, Clark Phillips III stayed in practice after a collision with Josh Woods. In the quarterback room, Penix and Cousins looked solid, but the most buzz surrounded Casey Washington. The rookie wideout had a clutch double-covered catch and showed his speed on special teams, outrunning defenders down the field, an eye-opener for the coaching staff. Oh, and let's not forget London got intercepted on a trick play by Josh Thompson. Even stars get humbled. This training camp is different. The talent is deeper, the energy is higher, and there's a real sense that something is building. That Week 2 showdown against Minnesota is more than just a game. It's a litmus test for whether this team has truly taken the next step. What do you think, Falcons fans? Does Addison's suspension flip the odds in our favor? Is this finally the year we break through? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And while Jordan Addison's suspension dominates the headlines, it's the undercurrents and flowery branch that could define the Falcons' 2025 season. With 33 days to go before Week 1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the roster battles and early signs of chemistry are painting a clear picture of what this team wants to be: fast, physical, and fearless. Let's zoom in on the rookies, because make no mistake, this draft class could be the backbone of Atlanta's resurgence. James Pierce Jr., Billy Bowman, and Xavier Watts aren't just camp bodies. They're fast-tracking for real roles. Pierce, in particular, is the buzzword around the defense. Coaches are hyped, teammates are noticing, and fans are already talking about him like a day-one starter. If he continues to shine in preseason, we might be looking at a defensive linchpin, someone who can finally bring consistent edge pressure, something Atlanta's defense has desperately lacked. And speaking of defense, Raheem Morris' approach this camp is calculated. There's a clear priority on health. Stars like Jalen Walker, Xavier Watts, and J.D. Bertrand are being handled with care, not caution. This isn't about playing scared, it's about playing smart. The Falcons know they can't afford to limp into Week 1 like in years past. Then there's the quarterback room. While Penix and Cousins are sitting out the preseason opener, their practice reps tell a different story. Both looked sharp in 11-on-11s, showing control, command, and accuracy. But the real takeaway here isn't just performance, it's the chemistry with receivers like Drake London and Casey Washington. If that continues to grow, Atlanta's offense could be deceptively explosive. And don't sleep on Casey Washington. The rookie has quietly become a standout. His clutch catches, burst in special teams drills, and ability to stretch the field have not gone unnoticed. If Darnell Mooney isn't ready for Week 1, don't be surprised if Washington gets some real snaps early in the season. What we're seeing right now is a team that's finding its identity, piece by piece. Whether it's London hauling and everything thrown his way, Pierce breaking into the backfield with ease, or Jack Nelson quietly climbing the depth chart, this isn't the same Falcons team from last season. The tone is different. The urgency is real. And with a Sunday night football clash looming against a weakened Viking squad, the opportunity is massive. Now it's your turn, Falcons fans. How are you feeling about this team? Is the defense ready to rise? Can this draft class be the difference maker? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more exclusive Falcons coverage. We're just getting started. Go Falcons!